How's it going, everyone? It's Austin with Blue Exodus. I told you I would be back, and here I am. Today I'm going to be working on the keel of this 16-foot wellcraft. It's pretty ate up. I think somebody was having a little bit of fun, and when they got back to the boat ramp, they weren't being really careful. So I got to get suited up, get this thing grinded down, and we're going to build it back up. Stay tuned. Anytime you're working with fiberglass, it's always good to have a respirator and a Tyvek suit. I'm sure if you've done it before, you know how not fun it is to have fiberglass on your skin. So I always get these little Tyvek suits. I guess I brought an extra one. Kind of tricky getting inside of them, but once they're on, you'll be thankful when you're done. I'm down in Florida, and right now it's like 50 degrees outside, so it's a little cold for us down here. Put a respirator with some dust mask. All right, let's get after it. All right, I got it all ground down, feathered out, and cleaned up the best I can. I want to get all the loose pieces out and feather it out and make it look kind of like this. Once you get done grinding everything, you're pretty happy with it. You want to make sure you wipe everything down really good with acetone. Clean it up really good. Get all that old nasty stuff off of there. If you see here, it doesn't have a guard on the trailer, and I think like you put it on the trailer, just nailed it right there. So I just ordered a guard. Should be here today. I'll try to get that on to prevent this from happening again. Everything should stick to that really good. We're gonna mix up like a polyester type peanut butter and fill this gap in really good, and then we'll start building it up with layers of glass. All right, now we're gonna mix up some polyester resin. I'm probably gonna do like 5 ounces to start with. We go around 2%, which is close to like 10-11 drops per ounce. So let's see here. Once you get it mixed up real good, we're going to add some Cabasil and make it kind of thick, like a peanut butter. Try to get it mashed up in those little voids and give it a little bit of strength. It's pretty mixed up good. Dump it in here. A little easier to work with it with the putty knife that I have here. This stuff is very messy. So we're just gonna start with that. warming up pretty quick out here. Especially in that Tyvek suit, I was getting a little winded. We're getting after it and trying to get this thing built up with this nice peanut butter. Need to find a bigger mixing stick there. Let's see if I got one. This one's got a little bit of cured paint on it, but it will be a little faster. That's what it's looking like right now. Still watery. Keep adding some Cabosil till it gets pretty thick. It's really no measurement. It's kind of like, you know, making pancake batter. You just keep adding a little bit of water or milk and you'll get that consistency with the Cabosil. Want like a peanut butter style. So add some more. It's getting better, but still gonna need some more. See how thick it's getting? You want it pretty thick so it stays in there. You don't want it to fall down, so we're gonna add a little tiny bit more. It's looking really good though. Yeah, we can work with this for sure. See how it's perfect consistency. Hope this is going to be enough so I don't have to mix up any more, but we'll see what we got. I'll see you under the boat. All right, got my peanut butter. Had to reposition you because the sun is just beaming right through here. Hopefully you can see everything okay. Just gonna take a little bit of this, get it down in this little area here. My goal is to build it up enough where when I put my glass on it and build it up 2 to 3 layers, it will be right where I need to add the gel coat. So the goal is not to build it up all the way, but almost enough where you can kind of feather it back into the factory leveling. And if it's not perfect, we can come back and put some more. You definitely want a good first layer, something to start with, and too further along than we were, but it's coming out pretty well. Try to eliminate any sanding if you can, because that's the most time consuming, is the sanding. As you can imagine, lots of sanding. Probably gonna build that up just a little bit and I'll knock it down with the sander. Gonna have to get back in the suit. I was trying to avoid it. Definitely not avoiding it. It's time consuming. Looking pretty good. Got a little tiny spot up here. I'll show you what it looks like up close here in a second. Got some pieces cut out here. I'm a CSM, and just trying to pull these fibers off to the side. Wish I had like a little rake or something, but this is what I use. Try to pull it out so it's not so much of a drop off on the edge of the glass where you cut it. Kind of something like that. Day 2, back to grinding. Looking pretty good. We're gonna get some glass on it now. I'm gonna mix up some and lay it up and see what we got. I think the rule of thumb is mix it up really good for about a minute. All my resin's pretty cold, so this should take a while to set up. I'm gonna go with a small piece first. Try not to spill it everywhere. And just kind of feather it on there until it starts adhering. We don't want any air pockets in any of this glass, because then when you go to grind it, you'll see it really, really bad. Then you'll have to put more resin on it and more glass. We don't want to have to do that. Trying to give it a little bit of structural strength. It's not too bad of an area, but definitely want to get it built up so feel confident that you're not going to have any more issues with it. That looks pretty good. It's actually looking really good. I'm not sure if I'm going to need a third strip over it. It's covering it pretty well. I think I'm going to let this set up and we'll grind it and check it. That's what it looks like with the glass on there. 2 layers. All that extra stuff on the side will come right off once you grind it. Don't worry about that. Want good coverage. It's looking pretty good. Alright, all that glass is nice and solid. Gonna grind it out. Pull you up to it. It's all ground out pretty good. I'm gonna wipe it with some thinner. Gonna ferret out. Got that bottom all wiped with acetone. Now I'm going to mix up some fairing compound. It's a 1-to-1, and we're going to build up everything that I just grinded on and let that set up. We'll have to sand it one last time. 1-to-1. Don't mix up too much, but 1-to-1 means what it means. That's going to be a lot, but then you want to make sure you clean this off and don't mix it in with the other kind, because then you'll have little chunks. So maybe that's a little too much. That looks pretty close. And you just mix them together. You'll know when it's good and mixed up because it will completely turn green, like a real light green. All right, it's looking really good. I'll see you under the boat and we can get this stuff put on. Yeah, I definitely mixed up way too much. But I guess it's better to have too much than too little. Here it is all built up. That fairing compound. What's nice about fairing compound is it's pretty easy to sand, and I'll probably hand sand most of it. So I need to let this set up and I'll see you guys in a bit. All that fairing compound set up. We're gonna get to sanding. I have some 180 and some 220. We're gonna try to knock it down and get it all smoothed out, see what it looks like. Got it all sanded down pretty good. Some pinholes in it. Got to mix up a little bit more and fill those. Let it cure again. Everything's cured up. I'm just going to hand sand the little spots there. All right. I ran out of daylight, so had to bust out the light. And who else doesn't like the time change? I'm about over it. Pretty sure you are too. Wipe everything down with some acetone. Wipe it way up where we're gonna tape it at. Get it nice and clean. All right. Let's get to taping. Tape it up, not too sure. Probably just gonna go like that. Come down. Got it all taped up. Doesn't have to be completely perfect. Going more for protected than perfect, but I think it looks pretty good. I got my paint all mixed up here. Just using a 1-to-1 epoxy for a primer. And then we're going to be using a top coat of polyurethane. And just going to roll it out and see what it looks like. Got this little cup here. It's just not enough to mix up a big batch, so probably gonna spill some, but it's all right. It's all in the process. The main goal is to not get any on the trailer. It's not looking good though. There it is. I got some on the trailer. So I was gonna put that guard on. I'm glad I didn't. Let's see what I can do. Let me go grab a brush real quick. There would be a bug in it too. That didn't work out. Golly. Can't have nothing, I tell you. We'll let that set up and check it out here in a bit. All right, that epoxy set up. It's got a little bit of bubbles in it. I'm gonna give it a light sand, and we're gonna mix up some polyurethane and give it a top coat. We'll be pulling the tape here soon, hopefully. I got some 1000 grit. I'm hitting this epoxy with. Just gotta scuff it up a little bit, nothing too crazy. Any little tiny imperfections, try to get them out of there. There isn't many, but that's the last thing we gotta do. As always, wipe it down with a little thinner. Got my urethane all mixed up. It's a 4-to-1 paint. Add a little bit of thinner to thin it out a little bit. Got it all sanded. Wipe with acetone. I'm gonna get this last coat on here. We're gonna pull the tape. Probably gonna make a mess again. It's all in the process. I didn't forget my brush this time. All right, we got it all final coated. Looks pretty good for the fun part. There it is. A little shine to it. Way better than before. So glad to have that done. I'm really thankful that I could finally get it taken care of. You might ask why I used a paint instead of a gel coat. It's because I had some epoxy fairing laying around, and polyester gel coat does not bond very well with epoxy fairing, so I ended up going the paint route. I had some of that laying around as well, and it came out pretty good. I'm pretty stoked. And if you would subscribe and like, check out my other videos. I'm going to continue to upload every week, and I appreciate you guys so much. And let's keep this thing going, get this boat on the water, man. Let's do it.